Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Lincoln Speedway here in York County, Pennsylvania. Central Pennsylvania here for the second time ever will host the Upstate Racing League, the Big Block Modified Series, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Here tonight, this little bull ring is going to be packed here at Lincoln Speedway. Abbottstown, Pennsylvania here in York County is where the sprint cars race weekly, but it's not sprint cars. It's Big Block Modifieds here for the Upstate Racing League. 20 drivers have logged in here tonight and logged a handful of laps during their practice session. Right now, they're currently in their qualifying session to see which one of these drivers is going to be able to take the top spot in our qualifying here tonight. Last week, though, we didn't get quite to bring you the racing action as they were at the Lernerville Speedway in, well, western Pennsylvania. It was Ryan Holland picking up his first win of the season with Isley, Norm Oil, Dobbs, and Michael Peak rounding out the top 5. Of course, you know, we were a little bit busy bringing the new wonders of my son into this amazing world, which, well, has these racers here tonight that are ready to go racing. So we're back to bring you this racing action, and the point standing shake out like this after, well, all these races we've done here this season, 7 of them. Ryan Holland is on top of the points championship standings. He has a 22-point lead over Jason Dobbs. Guillaume Fortin is sitting 3rd, and 4th is Kelly Dahl, with Chris Brown sitting just 92 points out of the top spot of that championship hunt. And just 3 races left in this season. Which one of those drivers are going to walk away here tonight with some good points in the bag? Well, we're ready to find out, because the first heat race of the night is already lining up on the front straightaway. Starting on the pole here tonight, the driver out of Tennessee. In heat race number 1, it's the Longshot Sports Apparel. This is racing Jason Dobbs in car number 98. To his outside, the driver that picked up the win, the driver out of New York, car number 15. He picked up the win last week in Pennsylvania. As Pennsylvania, his lucky state, it's Ryan Holland. And the driver of car number 32, he's back here tonight driving car number 32. That'll be Anthony Morano. And how about the driver driving car number 18 here? One of those pink taxis, they're back. That's Gavin Isley. Isley in car number 18. Back into the 5th position. He's back from Florida, race fans. That's right. It's the Super Dirt Car Series number 79. That'll be Dean Reynolds. He's back. He'll start 5th. The driver that was just in the great Keystone State, the great state of Pennsylvania, it's the driver out of New York, car number 96. That'll be Al Smith Jr. He'll start P number 6. Starting into the 7th position, the driver who's made 1 appearance here in real life from the grandstands of, well, turn number 4. That'll be the 31B. That'll be Donald Bennett. Bennett to start back into the 7th position here tonight. So that's your starting lineup for heat race number 1. 7 drivers, 10 laps the distance. And let me tell you, race fans, everybody to qualify here tonight. That's because we got 20 drivers. So we're going to start all 20 of them here tonight in the feature. So these heat races here tonight are all going to be to line them up for their starting position. We do have the invert that will come upon us here before we drop the green flag in the feature event here tonight. But first, let's get through heat race number 1, 2, and I believe we have 3 scheduled here. Green flag up. 10 laps the distance. Racing Jason will lead us into turn number 1. Holland with a little bit of a sluggish start there on the opening green here tonight. Now he'll have to battle with the car number 32. That is Anthony Morano. Morano down around the inside guardrail. You saw the sparks fly. Got that left front there right on the guardrail. Now he's locked into the battle back here. That is Al Smith, car number 96. Got a little sideways down there. There's Dean Reynolds in the Full Throttle Motorsports Super Dirt Car Series number 79. Smith to the inside. Reynolds going to try and shoot the gap through the middle now as Anthony Morano kind of opened it up, but they all go single file back to the front. And it's the battle for the race lead as Racing Jason has it. Ryan Holland. There's Isley. Isley in car number 18. The Maple City Auto number 18. The Nines Taxis. Right there's 1, 2, and 3. Dobbs, Holland, and Isley as they come by. Only 7 laps to go here tonight. Heat race number 1 here from the Lincoln Speedway. Biggest mover so far here in the first heat race is Isley. There you see him in the Maple City Auto, 18. 3-time winner on the series. 3 races in a row. He parked the number 18 into victory lane, trying to see if he can do it again here tonight. His streak was broken last week at Lernerville as, well, Ryan Holland, the car that's right ahead of him, car number 15. There you see the Upstate RC and Hobby, Showtime Graphics, Foxtrot RC, park number 15 of Ryan Holland. He's just been kind of sitting there. These cars bouncing around a lot here as they come out of the corners. There's the Dean Reynolds entry. Dean Reynolds having a lot of fun down there. I heard a comment from one of his competitors, Josiah Millen, and, well, one of his other rowdy friends, Doug Ungari. Dean was posted a picture of them at a bar. They had a couple buckets, only 3 buckets for like 13 people. That's not even enough beers to cover the table. Josiah made the comment that down in Charlotte, when we were there for the World Finals at the dirt track at Charlotte, that we were 3 people with 3 buckets. So you do the equation, you do the math. I'm from Pennsylvania, I can't. Popsicle stick's about to go up here for the Long Shot Sports Apparel number 98 of Racing Jason. You'll see the old 2 to go. He's led every lap here so far. Can he come back around here in that Long Shot Sports Apparel, take the white flag, and then, well, make it around here one more time. Isley, the only driver going down around the bottom. He's lost touch with Dobbs and the Holland. And Dobbs has opened up about a half-second race lead. There you see him all work down the back straightaway. Racing Jason trying to do it. So Jason Dobbs will come out of the corner. He will pick up the big W here. To be Dobbs, Holland, Isley, Morano, Reynolds, Smith, and Bennett as they all come across the line. So Dobbs picking up a heat race, and actually that is his first heat race of the season. That Racing Jason has been able to go to victory lane during a heat race. So that'll lead us into the next heat race here tonight, and this is going to be another 7 drivers, 10 laps the distance. They will line up like this, starting on the front row of this one, starting P number 1. The driver out of New York, driving the 721, that'll be James Normoyle. To the outside of him, the driver hailing north of the border, car number 53. The Nines Taxi, that'll be Wade Purchase. And back in row number 2, the driver out of Pennsylvania, car number 13, it's the Big Show of Kyle Lesher. Another one of those drivers that have made it here to the Lincoln Speedway to watch from turn number 4. That would be the driver of car number 40, that's Josiah Millen. And the driver out of, well, Kokomo, Indiana, that's the 136, that'll be Chris Brown. He'll start P number 5. Driver out of the Thunder Ridge Racing, number 28, Stables, car number 28, that'll be Jeff Sharp. And shotgun to the field here in our second heat race of the evening, starting northwest of the border. That'll be car number 86. That'll be Kelly Daw. Kelly Daw driving car number 86 here tonight. He'll start from the 7th starting position. That's your starting lineup here for heat race number 2. If my math is right, yep, it is. We will have another heat race here tonight. So 3 heat races on the docket. We'll skip that LCQ here tonight. And then we're going to feature racing for 40 laps. So first, heat race number 2's got to come green flag racing. 7 drivers, all to qualify. Here they come. Normoyle says, let's turn them loose to turn 1. Everybody trying to get to the top. Chris Brown and Kyle Lesher stuck down on the bottom off the initial jump of this one. The two Pennsylvania drivers side by side. Lesher to the inside of Millen. Millen got a powerhouse around the outside in that number 40 machine. Now you see Norm Oil down at the bottom there for the front spot. Now see if he can hold on to it. Wade Purchase was lurking around the outside. Didn't quite get there. Kyle Lesher fell back. I didn't quite see it. What happened to Lesher? Him and I believe Chris Brown, they're going to tell me here. We're just going to watch this real quick. Lesher checked it up in the center of the corner, tried to turn it down. A great run down the straightaway, but something happened here going down to the... Oh, Lesher got it sideways up into Jeff Sharp. Chris Brown, they all tangle. Touch bars, Kelly Dahl, but they kept them straight. So that's what keeps us green flag racing. So as we stay green flag racing, it's Norm Oil Purchase, Millen, Brown, Dahl, Sharp, and Lesher is how they are running here. It'll be 6 laps to go. Your top 3 have checked out away from Brown, Dahl, Sharp, and Lesher. So Norm Oil trying to see what he can do. He's got a half-second lead right now over the second-place runner. There we go. He's right on board with the Upstate RacingLeague.com onboard camera. The Upstate Racing League is where you can find all the updates to the Upstate Racing League. Keep a close eye over there. It gives you the points, the standings, everything that you need to know, where all the drivers are from, the driver info, and even league history. Find that over at the UpstateRacingLeague.com. So 4 laps to go. There you see your leader, your second-place driver, and your third-place driver of Josiah Millen. There is the driver that is back into the 4th spot. There's the number 136, the whiteout performance of Chris Brown. Chris Brown's house is for sale if anybody interested out there in Kokomo, Indiana. Brand new house. It's for sale. Just moved into it, I believe. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. You see him battling with Kelly Dahl. Kelly Dahl might want it. Maybe he wants to come to the States. He's Canadian. They got free health care, right? 2 to go. The popsicle sticks were up. Down the pack straightaway he comes. James Norm Oil. Norm Oil's picked up a feature win. Looking to cap off this with a heat race win here at the Lincoln Speedway. So James Norm Oil will come off of turn number 4. He will pick it up. It'll be James Norm Oil. Wade Purchase, Josiah Millen, 1, 2, and 3. That'll be Chris Brown, Kelly Dahl, Jeff Sharp, Kyle Lesher across the line. That's how they will finish up heat race number 2 here. So that leaves us with just one more heat race coming your way. 6 drivers and another one out of Pennsylvania. This is the starting lineup here for this one. Starting on the front row, the driver out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania. He spent many nights here at the Speedway here at Lincoln. This will be the Hamburg hot dog of Robbie Schaefer. Starting to his outside, the driver hailing north of the border, driver of the 13G. That'll be Guillaume Fortin. And starting into P number 3, driving car number 38, the Luke Oil entry, Pinkerton Oil, the Pinkerton Oil entry number 38 of David Patton. Starting back into the 4th position here, the driver out of Illinois, driving the Austin Designs, number 5, that'll be the number 5 of Scott Austin. His teammate Brian Hacker out there cheering him on here tonight, and the driver of the 215. Just call him the number 15 here tonight, the driver out of New York, that'll be Tyler Bushy. Tyler Bushy in car number 15. He'll start into the 5th starting position. Another one of those drivers out of New York, driving car number 17, Nick Scavia. And car number 17 will start heat number 6 on the call here in our final heat race of the night. So with the final heat race ready to turn them loose next time by, who will join? Well, I'm looking here. I'm trying to take a peek, and yet we have had Jason and James. So Jason Dobbs and James Norm Oil pick up the wins here in the first 2 heat races. I can tell you it will not be another J race, fans. There is nobody out there with a J in the first name. Green flag is up, but a great start this time, though, by the outside lane. Robbie Schaefer trying to slide up. Not going to be able to. He'll lose the race lead here. Lap number 1. It'll be Guillaume Fortin taking the top spot. Robbie Schaefer will settle for second. Now it's going to be Scott Austin, Tyler Bushy. We're back here battling. A little wheel contact back there between, I believe that was the 17, Scavia, and the number 38 of Patton. They made a little contact, but we stay going. Everybody has gathered these up. Oh, big push there that time for Tyler Bushy. 2 laps into the books and a lot of movement here. Patton back there running into the 6th position after starting 3rd. His car fading here early in this one. And then you have Scott Austin, who's been able to pick up a spot in the Austin Designs number 5. There you see him come ripping by the camera shot. He's sandwiched in between the Hamburg Hot Dog of Robbie Schaefer and the number 17 there of Nick Scavia. Young Fortin seems like he has the top spot on a stranglehold right now. He was able to get the jump on Robbie Schaefer. Robbie Schaefer not running a full-time schedule this season. He's missed the race. He comes in 13th overall in the points championship hunt. Robbie Schaefer, a very long-time runner here with the Upstate Racing League, whether it's been sprint cars or the late models that we ran. He even ran in the street stock division when we ran the double feature nights just a couple seasons ago. 5 to go, 4 to go. We come back across the line as that race lead that we talked about that Guillaume Fortin had, it's starting to shrink as Robbie Schaefer just set the fastest lap of the heat race. He is coming for that 13. Will he have enough time? Will he be able to find a lane to pass? We've seen here tonight this track very narrow. Normally when we come to Lincoln on a weekly show, this track is rather juiced up. It could rain and a half hour later we're still going to run the race. 3 to go. Call it 2 as the old popsicle sticks get thrown up once again here. It's still Fortin, Schaefer, Austin. And Austin got ran down right now. It looks like Nick Scavia is right there on the back bars of that number 5. And then it's Skylar Bushy. David Patton has fallen back just a little bit. And that number 38 as the white flag is flying. Can Guillaume pick up a heat race here down the back straightaway? They go into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. And it will be Guillaume Fortin picking up the win battle back here. It'll be Fortin, Schaefer, Austin, Scavia, Bushy. And then it will be the number 38 of David Patton. So Guillaume picking up heat race number 3 here tonight. A good run by the G-Man. So all the heat races are in the books here tonight from Lincoln. That means coming up next is going to be our feature racing competition here tonight. Feature race here tonight is going to be 40 laps, and I was just told they did the old dreaded invert wheel. And I'm told the invert is 5, so we will invert the top 5 here tonight. So those drivers like Dobbs and Norm Oil and Fortin, they will have to start 5, 4, and 3 here. We'll see who slots into the 1 and 2 position. Old hacker out there, we missed you, my man. I know you told me you were going to be drug away for the next couple of weeks. I believe this is actually the 3rd week, so you should be back next week. We hope to see you out there onto the Speedway. And race fans, while we have a second, we're going to take a quick break here from Lincoln, and we'll be back after this.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to Lincoln Race Fans. Just in time to get ready to go feature racing here tonight. 20 drivers have logged in, and they are ready to go racing here tonight from Lincoln. What do you say we kick it off here? Let's start that starting lineup here tonight for our feature. Starting on the top spot here tonight, driving car number 53, that'll be Wade Purchase. Back into P number 2, then he'll be last week's winner to be car number 15. That'll be Ryan Holland. And then starting back into the third starting position, it'll be the 98 of Racing Jason. Back into fourth, then it'll be the 721 of James Normoyle. And then starting back into the fifth starting position will be Guillaume Fortin. I believe I just read that backwards. Fortin will actually start third, Normoyle will start fourth, and Dobbs will start into the fifth position. I do know how to do my forget it, race fans. Here we go with the rest of your schedule running order. Starting into the sixth starting spot here tonight, the driver out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania, will be the 97 of Robbie Schaefer. Back into the seventh starting spot, then it'll be the driver out of New York, driving car number 18, it'll be Gavin Isley, the 3-time winner this season. Into the eighth starting spot, the driver out of Topton, Pennsylvania, a new homeowner in Topton, Pennsylvania. It'll be car number 40, that'll be Josiah Millen. Starting into the ninth starting spot here tonight, driving car number 5, the Austin Designs number 5, that'll be Scott Austin. Anthony Morano, car number 32. Look for him to be down right around that guardrail here tonight. Car number 32 of Anthony Morano will start 10th. Starting into the 11th starting spot out of downtown Kokomo, Indiana, the 136th Whiteout Performance entry. That'll be Chris Brown. He'll start into the 11th spot. Driver out of New York, driving car number 17 here tonight. Nick Scavia, the rookie, will start back into the 12th spot. 13th starting spot on the call, the driver of the Super Dirt Car Series number 79 out of North Syracuse, New York. That'll be Dean Reynolds. The West Coast Canadian, it'll be car number 86 of Kelly Dahl. And how about the number 15, Tyler Bushy, will start 15th here tonight. Al Smith Jr. in the number 96 out of South Glens Falls, New York, will start into the 16th starting spot, while Jeff Sharp will start into the 17th spot with car number 18. David Patt will start there in car number 38 into the 18th starting spot. And how about two Pennsylvania drivers rounding out the starting lineup? It'll be Donald Bennett out of Topton, Pennsylvania, and Kyle Lesher, the Big Show, out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania. Green flag is up. 40 laps the distance here tonight at Lincoln. Look at them all thunder like the old mud turtles they are down into one. Everybody trying to raise close quarters here tonight. 3 wide, Dobbs, Schaefer, and that is Isley there. They were 3 wide momentarily there. They all settled it down. Schaefer under attack, though. Look at Isley down around the bottom side. There's Isley, there's Guillaume. They're all right there, trying to see who can settle this one out early. All these drivers want to get into a good, nice run. Don't tell that to Normoyle or Holland. They're side by side right now. Side by side, but no inside bite there for the 721 of James Normoyle. He'll fall back now, back into the clutches of Robbie Schaefer. See if he can run away from Schaefer here. Couple drivers back here, still 3 wide. Scavia down around the bottom. That car looked like it got super tight. Almost got into the number 79 of Dean Reynolds. Reynolds running into the 11th position. There's Morano. Morano's dropped 2 spots. Chris Brown has picked up 1. Dean Reynolds has picked up 2. So Reynolds, Lesher is a little bit farther back into the field. He's the biggest mover so far here tonight. Wade Purchase, though, trying to say, nope, that's going to be me at the end of this one. 5 laps in the books, working lap number 6 here tonight. And there's side-by-side battles. You just pick it side-by-side for the race lead as they race into turn number 1. Here comes Ryan Holland to the inside of Wade Purchase. And here comes James Normoyle. He has fought back for 3 car battle for the race lead. 3 drivers under the blanket running 3 different lines here at the front of the field. Now the 15 of Holland chases the 53 of Purchase to the outside, but look at Normoyle work down the back straightaway. That car bouncing up and down. It must be a 1970s checkered flag 9's taxi entry. That car looked like the suspension was all sorts of beat up and out of it. Purchase just keeping it biked up there all the way around the top side of the Speedway. Holland following in his tracks. Norm Oil down to the bottom side. You got to be real cautious down around the bottom side. A lot of ground to be made up down there. But you got to stay away from that guardrail. Scott Austin battling here with Dobbs and Millen. It's Dobbs, Austin, Millen for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Austin running that middle groove. A lot of drivers tend to try and stay away from that middle groove. They call it a little bit slick down there. Well, Scott Austin was just running it. He was holding the number 40 of Millen at bay. And they're trying to stay inside the top 10. Problems. Kelly Dahl going around. Kelly Dahl around. Al Smith is around. There you see the Upstate. The stand. Oh, no, not a right front again, Mr. Smith. Al Smith was just out here at Motorama in Pennsylvania at the Farm Show Complex racing his RC car, representing the stand, RC Speedway. And wouldn't you know, he made it to the feature and he ripped the right front off in the feature, battling for second. And here tonight, Al's battling inside the top 10, ripped another right front off. A weak Al is probably wanting to forget. There you see the 96 of Smith. Let's see what happened to him. Smith down to the corner, and Lesher drove it in a little deep, and Lesher went for a ride, but that's not where the caution came out. We're going to have to watch it back. Smith involved in a separate incident. So Lesher was one, getting into Smith there. And then Kelly Dahl got turned around. I see him pinballing up there. Scavia and Dahl got into it, and Al was flat to the floor trying to make some moves out of turn number 2. And then 86 was sitting sideways. And that's what's going to bring out the caution flag. But we're ready to go racing again. That's the greatest thing. We don't have to wait for too much cleanup. Smith has pulled his number 96 to the infield. He will be done here tonight for the South Glens Falls driver of Al Smith Jr. 10 laps in the books. Will be 11 when we take the green flag or count the lap. Green flag back up. Here we go. Wade Purchase straight back to the outside. Look at Holland. Go, a couple of them coming together down here, turn 1. Couple of them turned around. Caution lights coming right back on. Looks like Bennett, Dahl, Sharp, Batten all turned around. Let's find out together. Oh, the 38 hard into the corner, grabbed a little rear brake, and around she's going to go. So you'll collect the 31B of Bennett. Sharp also involved. There's Dahl as he will pull away. Right on board here with Bennett. The Upstate Racing League.com onboard camera. See him, he came in, he banged bars there with Kelly Dahl. I think the number 31B of Bennett may be all right. He may be able to continue and carry on here tonight. This is his hometown track, if you will, here on the iRacing.com platform. Again, we're here on iRacing.com, your number one simulator of simulated racing. Tonight with the Northeast Big Block Modifieds here from Lincoln. Believe it was 2 seasons ago, the Lincoln Speedway hosted a modified race. That was 358 modifieds here in central Pennsylvania. Part of the Icebreaker event that happens usually in February. Let me tell you, we have snow on the ground here in Pennsylvania. Central Pennsylvania, well, in the east here of Pennsylvania. Central Pennsylvania didn't get as much snow as us, so they might be all right. Ready to go. Wade Purchase is going to bring us back. And we're back. It looked like we lost a little bit of our feed, but we're back, and just in time for another one of those caution flags to come out. Jeff Sharp, Dean Reynolds having some problems. Looks like Chris Brown also pulling away in the Whiteout Performance 136. His wheels are pointed in the wrong direction, but it looks like he might be able to carry it. We'll see. Let's watch it back, see what happened. Brown went to the outside, and he'll get turned around off the 17 of Nick Scavia. Dean Reynolds nowhere to go. There's Tyler Bushy getting into it with Jeff Sharp also. This is with Dean Reynolds. Dean down around the bottom, all by himself. Oh, hold up. So we're getting them lined back up. All drivers able to drive away, including Chris Brown in the 136. As you see there on that camera shot, the 136 of Chris Brown, the wheels are pointed in the wrong direction. We'll keep a close eye on him. Lights were out, but we take another lap. This time the pace truck will make its way. There it is off the raceway. We're ready to roll. Isley Purchase, Norm Oil, Holland, your top 4 drivers. Back to green. Big push that time by the race leader down there. That'll put him in a side-by-side battle for the race lead. Here comes Gavin Isley. Isley down on the bottom there with car number 18. Wade Purchase threw it into turn number 1, and that car just went straight top shelf, jumped up over that little bit of a cushion. He got 4 up into the fluff. He was lucky that it wasn't 4 into the wall. New race leader at the line. Give that lap lead there to Gavin Isley. So Isley is the race leader per that lap. Maybe he's found something down around the bottom. Checks it up, keeps it right there. Got to be real ginger on the throttle. Look at it. Commanding lead as the caution lights back on for the 4th time here tonight. The 31B of Donald Bennett. He's got sparks coming from the right rear tire of the 31B. It looks like something isn't quite right. So Bennett will pull it pit side, and we'll take a look. Well, that car had more hydraulics on it going down the back straightaway than Snoop Dogg's Impala. See him throw it back around. It's right on board with Bennett. Kelly Dahl nowhere to go. He's involved. So that's what the 4th caution flag of the night is. It's for Donald Bennett going around after going for a, well, all right, we're calling it a bucking ride. Bucking Bronco. Looks like we're getting the okay. Everybody lined up where they should be. So it'll be Isley, Purchase, Holland, Norm Oil, Fortin, Schaefer, Austin, Dobbs, Millen, and Morano are the top 10 drivers. 2 drivers to the infield here for Bennett and Smith. They are done tonight. Green flag up. Give them just 23 laps to figure it out. The Thundering Turtles around the Speedway will complete another lap, as it is Isley Purchase, Holland up to the outside. Norm Oil, though, trying to fight back down to the inside. The Maple City Auto, 721, trying to do it around the bottom side. Robbie Schaefer throwing his hat into the mix there. Car got a little tight, though, that time at 3 and 4. He'll lose a little ground. There comes Guillaume Fortin. There's the Dobbs machine. And look at Scott Austin. Scott Austin this year has improved his dirt racing program, coming into the night 19th overall in the championship standings, but has picked up a top 5 and 2 top 10s this season. Oh, hang on to her, old Dobbsy. Dobbs, you getting all sorts of out of shape with just 20 laps to go. That time by these drivers competing and racing hard nose here. This is like a bull ring for them, one of the smallest tracks we've raced at all year. You see the Anthony Morano entry still down around the bottom side there. That Full Throttle Motorsports number 32, the Grip Hacks entry. He's got to get it moving because he's got Nick Scavia coming up to the inside of him. Scavia trying to make the move. Millen to the outside there. There you see the number 40 of Millen. What about Kyle Lesher, though, here tonight? Got a little contact in his heat race, finished dead last in his heat race. Had to start all the way back into the 20th starting spot here tonight. He's picked up 8 spots. He's running 12th for Kyle Lesher. So the driver out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania is trying to show that he can flex a little muscle. He comes into the night just outside the top 10 of the points championship standing, just 1 point behind Jeff Sharp. So Lesher looking here late in this one to pick up some more spots, pick up some more points, as he got a little crossed up that time. This battle still raging on with Scott Austin, Josiah Millen, Jason Dobbs, and Anthony Morano. Oh, Dobbs going to throw a heck of a slider in there. Not going to stick. The caution lights are going to come on. I believe, or actually, it looks like we're going to stay green. They got them all turned back around. Dobbs threw the slider in there. Wasn't quite clear. Took Robbie Schaefer and Josiah Millen with him. Millen going to fall from running into the 10th position all the way back to 17th. Dobbs kept it going. Dobbs now running into the 8th position. So with just 13 laps to go, we stay green flag racing. Now the battles for second. It's Isley. Sorry, for third. It's Isley out front with Purchase. Holland trying to hold off James Normoyle. Normoyle trying to go to the bottom side. Ryan Holland picking up last week's win, and we didn't get to talk to him last week. And he said, well, go figure, the week that Roger has to take off due to some family things, he parks in victory lane. So what would it mean here tonight for Ryan Holland to park it back onto the podium? Get that Upstate RC and Hobby. Oh, a little contact. Normoyle's trying to get that Showtime's Wraps and Graphics decal maybe onto his Nerf bars or somewhere on that 721. Down around the bottom, that'll allow Guillaume Fortin to close back in, and we're at the 10 lap to go marker. 10 laps remaining here as Jeff Sharp and Dean Reynolds, they tangle just a little bit. Now Reynolds trying to hold on to her. The suspension knocked out on the 79. Caution lights. Caution lights as the 79, the Super Dirt Car Series number 79 of Dean Reynolds will be able to get it off the speedway. So Reynolds will join Bennett and Smith down there on the infield. Let's take a look. There you see Reynolds, and where does it all go wrong for Mr. Reynolds? Oh, Chris Brown just getting into the bars, and there you see the number 28 of Jeff Sharp. Sharp came in, and Reynolds went down to the corner, and it just absolutely broke the front suspension. With Reynolds with the Upstate Racing League.com onboard camera. I mean, Jeff Sharp was nice enough to turn him back around to point him into the right direction. Unfortunately, as you see it, it was broke when it got to the corner. Not much you're going to do when the car goes into the corner and it does not turn. So, looking at it here from our rule book, as the lights go out, the racers want to go double file, but I believe it is a single file. Yeah, now they're going to tell them, oh, look, guys, it's a single file start here. Under 10 laps to go, we go single file. So it'll be Isley, then Purchase, Holland, and Normoyle. Fortin, Austin, Morano, Dobbs, Patton, and Bushy, the top 10. Here we go. Hear how rough it is down the back straightaway. Watching that battle there for the 3rd, 4th, 5th position because it's still Holland, Normoyle, then Fortin. Where did Morano come from? He's all the way up to running now into the 7th position and trying to get around the number 5 of Scott Austin as they work down the back straightaway. Last time we looked at Morano, he was running about the 12th position. Now trying to battle to get close to the top 5 with just 6 laps remaining. 6 laps remaining. James Normoyle's been working on that bottom side as you see how bad the outside groove is down the back straightaway. Normoyle, he's going to get a little tight down there on exit. And you see the power there. The number 15 of Ryan Holland just back right around the outside. That turn 1, 2 down there for the 721. Very good. Now Normoyle going to give way and break back to the top side for 3 and 4. See if he goes to the bottom again in 1 and 2. He does. He'll go bottom shelf in 1 and 2. Gets a great run. He's able to hold the number 13G of Guillaume Fortin at bay. Right back to the top he goes. Just has to keep the momentum wound up. See if he can go back after the number 15 of Ryan Holland. Here comes Anthony Morano. Now he is into the picture frame here. He's still working the bottom side also. You see him trying to squirt his way off of turn number 2 on the low line. But this time by, when they come by, for Gavin Isley, it'll be the old popsicle sticks coming up. It'll be 2 laps remaining here tonight at Lincoln. There's the battle. Oh, boy, for second. Isley going to take the white flag. Now it's a 3-horse battle. Wade Purchase got up into wall 3 and 4 as the white silk is flying. It'll be the final trip around the Speedway. Oh, Purchase up into the wall again, but it looked like Ryan Holland had to give a little bit of a break. Maybe a slider here coming by a Holland half-hearted. It'll be Gavin Isley across the line. Battle for second and third. It'll be Purchase, then Holland, Normoyle, Fortin, Morano all coming across the line. It'll be Austin, Dobbs, Pat, and Bushy, the top 10 drivers here tonight. But there is your winner here tonight at Lincoln. Gavin Isley going to pick up his 4th win of the season here in Pennsylvania. He'll be joined by Wade Purchase along with Ryan Holland on the podium. The unofficial results on the left-hand side of your screen here tonight from Lincoln after a 40-lap feature event. Isley, Purchase, and Holland, you're here from all of them coming up just after this. We'll take a quick step away here from Lincoln, and we'll be back with your podium finishers.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Lincoln Speedway here in central Pennsylvania. Here tonight for the Upstate Racing League Big Block Modified Series. 20 drivers, 40 laps is what we just completed here in Abbottstown, as these drivers all, well, slung a little bit of dirt. You see these Big Block Modifieds. They've never ran here at the Lincoln Speedway on the real world side of things, but it's our second time ever here with the Upstate Racing League. So after 40 laps, how does it look? Well, down in Victory Lane, we'll get to him in just a second. It'll be Gavin Isley, then Wade Purchase and Ryan Holland. What do you say? They're already standing by here, race fans. So let's go trackside and talk to the top three finishers after this. How about it, Gavin? A fourth win of the season coming here in Pennsylvania. It's easy to say that this number 18 has just got it all figured out.
We didn't really have a good qualifying effort tonight, but it kind of worked out. Track was pretty tacky early on, so we were able to make a little bit of moves in the bottom. Then once I got to the lead on the bottom, I saw Wade come back on the outside, and I was like, I guess we'll have to move up, be a roadblock for a little bit.
This track, one of the smallest tracks on the schedule. Is this something that you really enjoy, these bull ring style tracks?
I do when I'm fast at them, but most times I'm not the greatest here.
Well, you were good enough here tonight to pick up the 6 positions. When you look back at the season, you got those 4 wins, well, this being the 4th win, but you're not quite up there in the championship standings, obviously missing 2 weeks. What's the main goal here? 2 weeks left in the season.
I collect as many wins as I can for our car owner, Tyler Bushy.
Well, let me guess. He's one of those Discord boys.
Absolutely.
Well, what do you say? Let's roll the red carpet out then, and let's see who helps you out here on this Maple City Auto Pink number 18.
I like the Nines Taxi, Maple City Auto, and the Discord boys.
He keeps it nice and simple and easy, just like the race here tonight. Race fans, Gavin Isley going to pick up the 4th feature win of the season for that number 18. Congratulations to him, as he was able to work the bottom to perfection and then slide up to take that top spot away from the driver that will finish in second. And, well, Wade, it only took a mistake, and all of a sudden that number 18 pounced on you here tonight. What did you need to hold off that number 18 to pick up a win?
Yeah, that was just it. One mistake was all it took, and I felt like later in the race, once he moved up in front of me, we were faster, but at that time it was really hard and thin to make a move and make passes at that point.
We saw the groove here tonight really start out. You know, it was wide to start things, then it started to go to the bottom, but where did the 53 really make up the ground?
We were pretty much locked into the top all night. That's where we'd run in our practice and in our heat as well, so we just stayed with what we knew until we knew different. But when Gavin passed us on the bottom, we were going to try it, but he wasn't long coming back up, so that told me that was where I needed to be.
Late in this one, then making another mistake, Ryan Holland, James Normal were right there nipping on the heels on that late race yellow. Were you worried you were going to lose one of these podium positions late?
Oh, absolutely. After that yellow, I don't know what happened to the driver there. He lost his rhythm, and I don't know. I didn't touch anything that entire race, and I think I hit the wall almost every lap in those last couple.
So what you're saying is you need to grab a little more wall.
A little less wall, yeah. I mean, old Holland did a great job staying off my back bumper there. I mean, I appreciate that.
Well, a great run for you here tonight, Wade, in this number 53. Who do you got to thank for parking it on the podium here? I believe this is, I don't know, if I'm looking at the notes right, it might be 4 in a row.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of podiums now, but I got to thank Nines Taxi, Maple City Auto, Discord boys, and just because I put the wrong wrap on, we'll go Oasis Fuels, Oyingo Convenience, All Things Outdoors, Oasis Fuels, JD Transmissions, County Tire, Tri-County Lift Truck, and Independent Starter and Alternator. How about that?
There it is. Wade Purchase has it written like it's on the back of his hand. He remembers it, race fans. It'll be a second place finish for the number 53 here tonight of Wade Purchase. Rounding out the podium, well, we didn't get to talk to you last week, Ryan, but hey, you're here now. Another podium finish for you there, Rocket Man. How does it feel to pick up a win last week and then rally back here tonight and wind up on the podium?
Oh, it feels good. Definitely would have felt better to be interviewed from the first place spot, but I didn't really have much going on for Gavin or Wade, so just kind of tried to stick it where I knew and tried to stay out of Normal's way as much as I could. Me and him were battling pretty much the whole race, so I'm happy to come away here with a third.
Yeah, we saw you work the bottom side here with the Upstate RC and Hobbies number 15 to perfection. Then you went to the outside. Were you worried late in this one that maybe the sliders were going to start coming? Because it seemed like the track really started to migrate right back to the top at the end.
Yeah, I mean, the slider could have been there. I mean, there might have been once or twice throughout the race I could have threw one on Wade. But, you know, it's not going to happen with how close the car was in front of Wade or in front of me. Like, normal I couldn't have cleared one just because I was pretty much glued to Wade, so he'd have to clear us both. You know, there was a couple times we made contact. We both ran a real good race, kept off each other. Did up my best to stay off Wade there at the end, just try to come home with a podium spot here.
Well, you're going to come home with that podium spot after picking up the win last week. This would be your 5th top 5, your 7th top 10 of the season. You come in leading the points. It was 22 points. It looked like the deficit. It's going to be extended here tonight. What do we need as we go into the final 2 weeks from Cedar Lake to Lanier to clinch this championship?
Well, you got to take into consideration the drops. I don't know if there's 1 or 2, but I think there's a drop at least. So I'm not really sure how that's going to shake up the points, but do my best to qualify best. I mean, that's with the shorter races, you know, 35, 40 laps. You know, qualifying is key. So getting up in the top 10 to start the race is going to be, you know, the key to staying up in the top of the points.
Well, you're able to do it here tonight. You hold on to that top spot. So, Ryan, we didn't get to roll the red carpet out for you last week, but you know what? We have it here. We're pulled away from Gavin. We're throwing here next to the 15. Throw the red carpet out here. Who do you got to thank for this car picking up the win last week and another solid run here tonight at Lincoln?
I want to thank, really, last year I was thanking all the guys that I practiced with, and you guessed it, it was the Discord boys. So I got to thank the Discord boys for joining the league. And I was racing without them last year. Now they're back in with me this year. So I practiced with Gavin, Wade, James, you know, Bushy, Scabia, all these guys all week long. And pretty much, you know, right there is the only guys I got to thank. So
there it is, your 3rd place finisher. He picked up the win last week, and it's another podium this week. Ryan Holland, the driver of the Foxtrot RC Park Upstate RC and Hobbies number 15 for Ryan Holland will wrap up the podium finishers here tonight. 4th is going to be James Normoyle, and it was Guillaume Fortin, Anthony Morano, Scott Austin, Jason Dobbs, David Patton, and Tyler Bushy. Patton picking up the most spots gained here tonight in our feature. He'll pick up 9 spots, finishing into the 9th position. Then it was Robbie Schaefer, Kyle Lesher, Kelly Dahl, Josiah Millen, Chris Brown, Dean Reynolds, Jeff Sharp, Nick Scavia, Donald Bennett, and Al Smith having some problems earlier in tonight's race. Well, what a race it was here in central Pennsylvania, right in my backyard. Where do we go next? Well, that's right. We're going to head to Cedar Lake. Anybody want to do a little fishing? There's a little pond to the infield there, a little watering hole. We're heading to Cedar Lake for round number 9 here with the big block modifieds for the Upstate Racing League before we head to Lanier. That will be the longest race of the season on the smallest track that we head to, and that will be the championship night on March the 6th. So with just 2 races left in the season, who will walk away with the championship? Can Ryan Holland continue to hold that top spot and, well, extend the championship leaders? Does Jason Dobbs, Guillaume Fort, or Kelly Dahl have something to say late in the season? But that's going to about do it here from Lincoln Speedway race fans. We thank you here tonight for tuning in to watch the Upstate Racing League right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Until we catch you next time, race fans, my name is Roger Muth, and everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.